Hi, this is your host, Mick, and today we have the Death by Audio Apocalypse Fuzz pedal. So this is a sort of super overdrive fuzz pedal, and it also has a sweeping frequency equalizer. Well, I mean, it says right there, a circuit where you can sweep your frequencies at the end. And it comes with 5 different style of fuzzes: drive, volume, and then the on-off. So very simple. Starting from the front, this fuzz is the Twin T Scoop. It's mostly for bass and treble simultaneously. Then the War Fuzz, which is a dynamic distortion with harmonic sustain. The Dual J FET, which is like the War Fuzz, but uses dual J FETs to get its sound. The Octave Rectifier, which is summing up the bottom and top halves of the waveform to create an octave up. And then the last one is just called Gain times 1000. And then obviously, volume is for volume, drive is for drive. And then the frequency equalizer is essentially a sort of EQ that does multiple of the tone controls simultaneously. So there's a little what's it called? A little bit of circuitry inside there where this is doing multiple things at once as you go and play around with it. So you can go and decide. So like one thing I like about it, because it is a sort of equalizer in there, it works good for multiple different instruments, which right now the sounds are coming from a Novation Bass Station 2, which the original sound of this, before I turned this on, was just a very basic style of bass. So, just to demonstrate the differences again, so this was the normal tone, and this was it on. Which one thing you can hear, I'm not boosting this at all, or I might boost it a little bit, but I'm possibly not boosting it right now, is if you can hear, there is a little bit of noise going on, which the noise is essentially, because that's one thing when you get a lot of what's it called, a lot of high gain coming through anything. Essentially, you're going to go and you're going to start dragging some noise in. That's just how it is. Because from what I can tell, because I can see the waveform going in and out, the base station has internal LFOs, so I'm assuming it's picking up that little LFO on there, which is just how it is. But hey, I mean, that's like I said, that's just how it is. So let's just go, starting off from the very far left here, and I'm just going to go through everything. So we're going to start with the volume up. And then again, that's, you can barely hear it. I got the volume all the way up on the base station too. It's just because there's no drive. So let's try and get a little can't really hear anything. So let's just start sweeping this, starting with the Twin T Scoop. Alright, now with the War Fuzz. And I'm going to go back to the Twin T Scoop with drive on half. Just because I should have shown that. Now the dual J FET. Now the octave. And then finally gain times 1000. And that's the best I can do to really show it off. So this is just going like a quick sweep in it. Like there's a lot of technology in it, which I like, and it does very well. I like the 5 fuzzes in one, and I like the little EQ parameters, so you can really tweak it for whatever you want. I do enjoy that. That's a very cool feature of it. Because, like me personally, I like fuzz and distortion, so having 5 in 1, that it's like, okay, so for the bass station, I like X, Y, and Z, but then as I keep changing patches around on here, oh, I might like this setting better. So it makes it very versatile, which I can appreciate. So speaking of, let's find a different patch right now, and then we're going to go through finding something that I might enjoy on it. All right, so this is the patch I'm going to be using. Sort of old style of a lead. So now let's go and try and find what would be a good sort of sound to play into it. Let's try and work from here. So that's about all I can really show off on this, just through the base station stuff. And that screeching that you heard was not the pedal. The base station had a little fault in the arpeggiator, it seems, or just a little software error. It happens from time to time on synths. Anyway, so let's just go over the points. Construction, really solid. Like this, these, lots of space to grab. They're plastic. This is a really solid switch. Nice click on here. Solid, easy to use pots. All plastic. I'll give it a 4.1 out of 5 on construction. And because it does feel strong, just plastic. That's just how it is. Like I said, if it's all metal, then I'll give it more points, but most pedals aren't. And that, again, that's just my personal preference. That's nothing dig on anything like that. It's just my own personal preference. Because I like metal, man. Yeah. Anyways, the sound, like I said, it's a very good utility. It has a lot of stuff in it, so I really can appreciate how versatile it is. I can find many different tones in it, so I'll give it a 4.78 out of 5. So we'll give it a even 4.482 out of 5. Yeah, I think that's a good score for it. Anyway, so this has been your host, Mick. I appreciate everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe, as it helps grow the channel, and share this around if you have anyone else that wants to see this go through a synthesizer. And every like and subscription is also appreciated, just because YouTube's doing that whole engage view things. So along with that, leaving a comment also helps, even if it's just to say hello. But comments I am looking for, besides discussing the pedal, is if you want to see this pedal and anything else. I own other things besides just the base station too. If you've been a viewer of the channel, you do know that. So with that, if you have anything else you do want to see this go through, please let me know with a comment, and I'll try and get it filmed as soon as possible, sometimes the same day, if you go and ask that the day of release of this video, as I like to have people make more informed decisions. And that's just my whole thing. Like, you can find these, because it's a guitar pedal, go through plenty of guitars. That's why I always lean towards synth. It's as if my channel is also called Vic the Synth Guy, as if I do synths. But at the end of the day, all comments are appreciated. I welcome any discussion, even if it's just to say hello, because it does help the little algorithms and all that. And I would like to get more of my little channel out there, just because it's fun to entertain people, at least in my opinion. Gives me something to do in my advanced age. But this has been your host, Vic, and I appreciate everyone's viewership. Thanks for watching. Bye.